Why Spy Family worked. Spy Family is a very popular anime and manga series which took the community by storm for its cute moments, funny moments, and interesting plot. Before I begin, I would appreciate if you guys like and subscribe for more anime, manga, and in general fictional content every 2 days. And with that, I hope you all enjoy. Spy Family is a series which I honestly didn't expect to be any good. But recently, I've taken my time to catch up to where the anime is right now and have to take back most of my criticism. I believed what happened. Their series came out before I truly began to appreciate series like this one and enjoyed the ride that I was on. Spy Family is a series which involves around 3 characters. Lloyd Forger, otherwise known as Twilight, a spy who has this family for one reason, and that's to understand Damien's father and what he's doing to see if the military are trying to make a war happen between the East and West worse. Lloyd is fighting for peace by being a spy and finding out the secrets on what the other side is up to, so the peace can remain between the two lands. While this is crazy to begin with, his quote-unquote wife is an assassin who was fighting to have money for her and her family. But she gets conflicted if she should keep going and continuing this line of work. There could be harm to her, and they could figure out what she's doing behind their back. That's the main reason she doesn't want to continue this line of work. Or should I say she's more conflicted on the idea. In a family, you need to have a child, completely making it official. And so, the child is Anya Forger, a girl who can read minds. The dynamic of the three makes this completely interesting and fascinating. Lloyd is an overly serious character who does whatever he can to complete his mission. Lloyd Forger, the man who's fighting for peace. And because of his mission, he needs to build a family and become the best father he can be. Lloyd is someone who would rather work alone. But the fact that he needs to have a wife and kid makes the dynamic of his character greater. The main issue is because he needs others to accomplish his mission, it makes it way harder than it would normally. Which means he can't let his family know what he's up to, because he's a spy. He has a fake job as a psychiatrist, one that he's quote unquote been to for a long time, so the SSS can't catch him. They can't suspect him of being a spy because he's an ordinary man living an ordinary job. Or at least that's the point of his fake job. Not only that, but he can hide his face via a mask to hide himself for whatever he's doing, especially when he's doing spy activity. What adds a lot to him throughout the story is that he's slowly becoming softer. He's becoming softer throughout the story because he has a family. It's different than the other situation he's had in his life. It seems that he's becoming soft because he's connecting to them heart to heart more than he did anyone else. That's his main problem, but I'd be lying if that didn't make the story better. It was a lot of fun to read and adds a dynamic to the three of them. Lloyd has a large group with him throughout the story. Frankie is one of them, as he's his best friend and he doesn't really have many positives at all. He's more of the comedic character who's there, who can help Lloyd but also adds comedic bits to the story. But he can help with back-end information. Of course, he's still not great at his job like Twilight, but he does his best and that makes him an effective associate. But he has one rule that he broke, and that's that spies shouldn't really fall in love. You see, Frankie fell in love with Casey. Normally, this would be something that they wouldn't do because it could mean that they failed the mission and they could get caught and makes things worse, but he didn't care. Frankie just wanted to be with Casey. He found someone so attractive that he'd break all the laws of being a spy to be with her. This means that there's something deeper between the two sides. There must be less hate than is shown originally. I feel like the two spy organizations, or the spy organization and the SSS, I don't know too far yet, they're making things up to make it worse than it is. Because the fact that Frankie is in love with Casey, someone from the opposite side, means that there shouldn't be that much hate. But there is, and I wonder what that is. Hopefully I get to learn that in the future. Or it just means the two sides are at peace for now. But it can get worse. That's why Lloyd is fighting so hard to preserve the peace. But he has some comedic moments between him and the family, and he adds moments between him and Lloyd that are very lovable to read. The next character related to Lloyd is Nightfall, or her real name, Fiona Frost. A spy who works very hard for one thing and one thing only. She loves Lloyd. So the comedy she adds to the relationship with her and the family adds with it, especially because Anya can read minds. And while Anya doesn't understand what love is, she still feels that Fiona is trying to break the family dynamic Lloyd, Yor, and Anya have, and just ruin the family to what Lloyd has already worked so hard for. That's the main reason as to why Anya doesn't want her to be her mother. Even though she's tried to compete with Yor, she's always lost, and shows why Lloyd chose the right person. He chose Yor and not Fiona. Frankie is the weaker character who adds comedy to the show, and Nightfall is the spy who works hard for Lloyd to fall for her, but continuing to fail. These two are strong points to the story. Of course, there's more characters like Sylvia, but they don't really add anything deeper, and that's why I don't really care about them for now. They could be great characters. I don't know yet. I'm not caught up to the manga. I'm just caught up to where the anime is at this point. But for now, it could have been better without them. I just don't know yet. If you guys have any thoughts on that, you guys can leave it in the comments. I don't know yet. I'm not caught up, so let me know. Your Forger. A character who's broken within and someone who has been through a lot and needs help deeper. Even with a smile that appears on her face, showing her innocence, there is something deeper going on within her character. After all, we learned that her and her brother were alone. Her parents had passed away when they were younger. So to gain money for their family, what option does the little girl have? She found one, and that was assassinations, as a way to pay for her and her brother. And that was why she got into that line of work. Not only to distract herself, but to help her family. It's obvious that there's something deeper within her character, because later on, we learn about her mental state in the latest arc I just read, which is the vacation arc, or the one in the giant boat vacation. I don't really know what the name of it is. I'm not too far understanding and all that. But in the vacation arc, she didn't really have a reason to continue this line of work, but did so anyways, finding that there is no other option, even though there is. That is the deep part of Yor that I enjoy. But her character into becoming a mother and growing within the group makes it amazing. Her relationship with Lloyd and her relationship with Anya, it is one that is amazing and adds to this series. The character that she brings along is her brother, Yuri. He has comedic moments because of his relationship with his sister, and how he always wants to protect her and wants to do the best for her and take care of her. But the main point of Yuri is that he works for the State Security Service in the SSS, which means he's after Lloyd, even if he doesn't know it at the time. This is amazing because it adds a sort of cat and mouse chase between Yuri and Lloyd, even if Yuri doesn't know it existed at the moment. But Yuri wants to remove Lloyd away from Yor. But truly, what he mostly wants is for Yor to be happy, so he's never gonna push that thought. Even though if he finds some evidence that Lloyd is Twilight or just a spy in general, he's immediately gonna get rid of him, so he can watch over his sister and not worry about anything. But his relationship with everyone else in the series makes it fantastic. The last of the three characters is Anya Forger, the daughter of the family. and the one who brings them all together. But she has a fantastic ability of reading minds. She knows her father is a spy who wants to get closer to Damien's father to understand what he's doing and hopefully not starting a war. And she knows that Yor is an assassin. Of course, that part never goes too far, but she believes that her father is cool and her mother is powerful. This relationship makes it absolutely amazing. Speaking of Damien, he is a school, I wouldn't say friend, but he definitely has a crush on Anya, even if he tries to push it away like a tsundere. Anya just wants to connect with Damien because she wants her father to achieve his mission. Without realizing if he achieves his mission, he will leave them. That's why he's a spy after all. But her relationship with Damien is comedic, but not only comedic, it is also very cute at times, since you understand what the two are going through. Speaking of classmates, the next one that's very important is Becky Blackbelt. And that's Anya's best friend, and she tries to help Anya throughout school and wants the best for Anya. She also believes that Anya has a crush on Damien, but she tries to push Anya for the best and always talks bad about Damien because she believes that Damien is the best for her. It's funny, really, because Anya doesn't like Damien that way. All she wants is for her father to accomplish his goal. Unfortunately, what she doesn't know is if he accomplishes this goal, her father will leave. After all, he's a spy. This is what makes her fantastic, especially because she can read through her father and manipulate him because she knows he needs her to accomplish this mission. Spy Family is a series I didn't have much hopes for, but when I read it for the first time, I picked up on a lot of narrative structure within the series and realized why it's so popular. I like the dynamic of Lloyd as a spy and how he has to keep away from his family, or keep that away from his family, even if Anya knows. Yor, a character who married Lloyd because she wanted to continue her assassin gig, but one who doesn't know if she should continue or not. Lastly, Anya, the girl who wishes her family to stay the same in helping her father accomplish his goal. After all, she does love the spy TV show, but what she doesn't know is that when he accomplishes his goal, he is gone. And this whole family that she wanted will be gone. This is why SpyxFamily worked. I originally picked it up because apparently the next arc is the divorce arc, and I genuinely want to know how that will work out. But I'm glad I did pick it up because it was a great read and a fun series to get into.